Unboxing Helen. Come and have a look at my new Barbie. Keep your face to the sunshine and you cannot see a shadow. Helen Keller. Helen Keller, the first university-educated deafblind person. This is my newest doll. She's quite exciting. Born in June of 1880. This model shows her at around 20 years old. Okay, well, I thought for Deafblind Awareness Week, which is centred around Helen Keller's birthday, it would be worth looking at the Barbie Helen Keller doll, who's part of the Inspiring Women series. I'm uncertain whether I want to fully unbox her. The box is rather a nice display box, and I'm almost worried about damaging her by getting her out. Now, the braille on the front is actually is tactile and is contracted braille. So we've got H-E-L, then the E-N, capital letter K-E-L-L. E-R, capital letter, or. That's the ED sign, U-C-A-T-O-R, educator, which I find a kind of strange title for Helen Keller, because I don't think educator is the main thing I think of when I think of Helen Keller. I think of her as a fighter, as someone who has aimed to inspire, who in lots of ways was seen as this kind of amazing person, and is often held up as the most well-known deafblind person. She was, of course, the first deafblind person to get a college degree, and it's quite interesting when Harbinger, who was the first deafblind person to get a college degree from Harvard, has spoken about this doll, and the one thing she's criticised is the eyes, because Helen Keller herself actually had glass eyes, and you often see pictures of the of children. I think it dismisses the fact that actually she had no usable sight. I think Helen Keller is one of the original inspiration porn type figures, and this kind of plays into that. However, by her model shows that she. I don't know if I can get her out of the box without breaking it. I think very much she was a trailblazer. She helped people to realise that being deafblind was not a complete life sentence, that deafblind people both can achieve and will achieve. This is a very tricky box to open, and I just don't want to damage it. I'd like to actually get her out so I can see what we've got. Aha! Here we go. We've got the bottom. Can I push her out now? But Helen Keller has always been kind of problematic. I think particularly the focus on her use of finger spelling. because she was influenced by Alexander Graham Bell, who was had a very eugenicist attitude towards deafness, and strongly, oh, we got a base here, and strongly discouraged sign language, and was very, and I think Helen Keller is very much a model of the belief that spoken English or written English was the perfect language, and that signed language was somehow less valued. Oh, she really is stitched into this box, and yet she has a lovely, oh, I think I'd like to get her out so I can put her on display in my study, but I can't do that without breaking the box. Okay, there she is. Well, she is quite well tied down. I'm going to get her out. Let's untie her legs. How she fixed onto this board. Oh, we've got a thing around her waist. And oh, her hair is tied in. Oh, it's got a clip into her hair is fixed onto the plastic. It's actually quite difficult to get her out without kind of mashing up the box. I guess that's probably the point, because everyone knows that once you take a toy out of its packaging, you decrease its value. But I don't care, because her value to me, I very much, I think, like a lot of teachers of deafblind children, my path into working with children who are deafblind started from a book about Helen Keller's teacher, Annie Sullivan. Now, there she is. Oh, she's got some nice articulation there. Right, of course, Annie Sullivan was a visually impaired person herself, and she came in and taught Helen Keller. Oh, look, we've got something binding her knees, presumably to stop them bending. Now, those are beautiful little shoes, and quite a simple, slim body, and top and blouse. And of course, this is modelled after one of the very famous pictures of Helen Keller, and it's the picture on the box, and it's her, I think, I'm not sure how old she is in the picture, but quite young. The interesting thing is that the picture itself shows Helen with her eyes closed, but the choice has been made to make the doll with eyes open. And we've got this very traditional Edwardian style clothing, and of course we have her book of Braille. Now, let's see, is the Braille on the book tactile? Because we've got to always ask, who is this for? Is this for people like me who admire Helen Keller? Oh yes, we've got Braille written in contracted Braille on the cover, and it is tactile. Book doesn't open though, it's just a little solid. Or is that open? No, there's no hinge or anything. So we've got Helen and her Braille book, and then we've got the stand, which I think we're going to have to... Helen was no doubt an amazing person. As an author, she inspired many, and I think it's lovely to see this this doll honouring her. As the highest result of education is tolerance. Thank you for watching my video.